Hey everybody, welcome to the Wellness Garden Tool Shed. My name is Leah and I've been doing things a little different in case you haven't noticed on some of my videos that I have been talking a little bit more about personal development because honestly, it all ties together and we are more powerful than we give ourselves credit for. And in this time where it's very challenging in the United States, we're seeing people get executed right in front of us. We're seeing a lot of crazy stuff, but I have to remind myself and hopefully remind you guys that there's a lot of good too. We're seeing some kindness that comes out of some of these things. I recently saw that the woman that was killed by the officer, the ICE agent in Minneapolis, they had a GoFundMe and then they raised more money than they could possibly think. And they told people to start donating to causes that they felt that were important instead of taking the money and grifting. And we've seen lots of people grift off to death. So there are good people. But our brains are so powerful. Our energy is powerful when we use it for good. And we have to remember that. And we're taught that we have no control and things are beyond our control because that's a way of controlling people. If you promote fear, nothing good comes from fear-based thinking. I'm just going to say that right now. Nothing good comes from fear-based thinking. Think of all the decisions you've ever made from worried about something was going to be bad if you didn't do whatever, blah, blah, blah. It usually doesn't work out. If you were really honest with yourself and really looked through stuff, you would see that really doesn't work out in the long run. So I would encourage you to really focus on the things that you desire and that you want, because what you focus on expands. And the law of attraction says like attracts like. Quantum physics is that the observer has an effect on the outcome. So this isn't just woo-woo, it's energy, because energy is in everything, whether it's me reading oracle cards, whether it's our words, but I had someone comment on one of my posts that, law of attraction isn't just about the words you use. It's all about you envisioning what that is that you want and then imagine you have it and there you go. You manifest it, which is true, but it has to start somewhere because the words that we use, that we have intention behind it, do matter because those intentions have energy. Your thoughts have energy. And yes, it's weird to do like affirmations at first, but once you do it long enough and it becomes part of you and then you start actually listening to it, it actually creates those emotions because emotions are energy and motion. And that really expedites your desires to come sooner when you have that energy attached to it. So anyway, I'm going to pull a couple of cards. I'm not going to do my traditionally long video because I think this will be a little more helpful. And so I'm going to pull 3 cards from the Oracle Enchanted Map Deck by 𝐂𝐎𝐓 Reed. And this will kind of show you like how do we navigate. This question today is how do we navigate when there's so much chaos? Our country's changing as we know it. Because, it seems like the Constitution, I guess, just doesn't really matter anymore. So, and I'm not trying to go on a negative spin or get political, but something's not right, okay? I don't know who's to blame. I don't know what's going on, but we all can agree that something is not right. So, what do we do? How can we better ourselves during this time of chaos when we're unsure and it's so divided and we have, maybe our friends or family members really don't see eye to eye with us and we don't understand why we see things so differently. And I know I question that, like, how is it I see things so clearly one way and somebody sees it so differently and they think the same thing about us, right? Or about me. It's okay. All right. So how do we navigate? What is going to come out of this? So the first card is Dragon's Lair. Okay. So the Dragon's Lair is probably somewhere you don't really want to go, right? That dragon protects the lair and you can't get to it, and we're not really sure what's going on in there, you know? It's dangerous. This place, maybe it's our home, is a dangerous place to go. Okay, so that's again energy working, and we're talking about this stuff, and literally the dragon's guarding it, so we're a little unsure on what to do. And that's exactly what I mean by energy, because this is the topic that comes up. And you saw me shuffle them, I hope, and I'm also shuffling them even some more. So what's the next card that has to do with it? Balancing act. Okay, so again, we're not balanced, right? We're like a little chaotic. We have, again, I was just saying that we have so much over here and so much over here that we are in total disagreement, where people are not coming together. And really it is a balance act. This is where, in this case, because we have this dragon's lair that's kind of a dangerous spot, we've got to learn how to balance our emotions, for one, balance our reasoning, for two, and balance is key. We can't be one extreme or the other. These extremes is what got us into these problems in the first place, you know, being overly sensitive and then not caring at all. There's got to be a middle ground, right? And that's what that balancing act is about. And this last card is into the unknown in reverse. So with this into the unknown in reverse, you really have to use your critical thinking skills, because this is uncharted territory. We're not experiencing it, and you don't want to go in acting like you know how to solve the whole problem. That's not going to help anybody, because this dangerous territory that we're entering does require a balance act, and that's because it's unfamiliar and we don't want to rush into something. You don't want to be too hasty. You got to look at all the angles, all of the things. Don't just believe everything that you hear online. With AI now, there's so much you don't even know what's true or what's not. This is why critical thinking skills are so important. And I feel like we kind of lost that. But we can get back to that, okay? Like, if you really are into personal development and bettering yourself, try to learn. Look at somebody who's more experienced in this stuff that can kind of offer some guidance on how you can feel that you can gain your power back. Because here at the Wellness Garden Tool Shed, it is about claiming your power, understanding your power. It's helping you to grow so that you can live the life that you want. Because right now, we've got a lot going on and it's really hard to navigate through this. But the thing is, these negative opportunities that are happening in these dangerous territories is really teaching you and guiding you to use your intuition and think, hey, is this right? Is this wrong? Should I tread lightly? Do I know when to open my mouth? Do I know when to be quiet? Do I know when to speak up? Who am I speaking in front of? These are all very important so that you can protect yourself, okay? Because this is a dangerous time. I'm just going to say it. And we have dangerous times sometimes. I don't know about you, but I grew up in an area that was pretty wild and very unsafe. And a lot of violence was going on. And what it did for me is it actually helped my intuition. Because believe me, I can spot something a mile away because I'm very hyper vigilant of my surroundings and what's around me and when things are going to go sideways. So this reading today and how we can navigate through dangerous territories is really pay attention. Listen to your intuition. Also balance intuition with cognitive thinking. Okay. So this is going to help you in all sorts of things. And you got to remember that your energy matters. It really does. And more now than ever, if we want that peaceful world and that loving space, I know there's a lot of negativity that you can focus on, and it's really hard not to listen to it when it's around 24/7. You have to remember that negative stuff gets the clicks. okay? Like, I do not pretend to agree with what Charlie Kirk has ever said. I'm not a huge fan, but if you really look at it critically and intuitively, you know, for somebody who preaches that a woman needs to stay home and raise her kids, his wife's not doing it. But that's why I think that's more about his brand to make money. And it's, I don't know if he believes it or not, but I'm just saying he got killed over his brand. I don't know if he actually believed it. His actions show that probably not. But we have to critically think about things, because that's the only way you're going to navigate through some scary stuff. Okay? So, and don't pretend to know everything. Just like I don't know for sure about Charlie Kirk's situation, truthfully. I really don't. I'm just looking and seeing what I've seen before and listening to what people are saying. Like Patrick Bet David. He literally, I personally think he sold out, because he was, originally he didn't really go down those controversial avenues. And I heard him on an interview with Lewis Howes, and I just wanted to hear it because I value Lewis Howes like a lot. But I switched with Patrick Bet David when he had Alex Jones, who's a very big conspiracy promoter, and says Sandy Hook didn't happen when we all know it happened. And it's important, again, to critically think. Listen to what people said before. But Patrick Bet David decided to change his platform, which actually boosted his viewers, his subscribers, his followers, all that stuff. And he did it because it brings in the dollars. So this is also a time of, yes, bringing in money is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But how you do it with integrity or what you stand for does make a difference. The only thing is, unfortunately, when you have something drastic and kind of crazy, people tend to like that and want to click on it and see it. So therefore you get more subscribers, people, that stuff, it spreads like wildfire. That's why the news is always about what negative stuff's going on in the world. But you have to remember there's so much good that is going on in the world too. And that is where balancing your focus. I'm not saying live your life with your head in the sand, but I am saying to be mindful of how much of that you listen to, because if you listen to a lot of that negative stuff, it's going to really hardwire those, synapses in your brain to focus on it, because what your brain thinks is important is going to activate that reticular activation system. So then the universe starts drowning you with all the things that you deem is important. This is why it's so important to be mindful of what you're dealing with, because yes, we cannot control outside circumstances, but we can have some influence on how it affects our life. So if you agree with this, you know what? Comment queen. We like that. And anybody could be a queen. Comment king if you're not comfortable with that. If you're a guy and you have some issues surrounding that, it's okay, whatever. I just want you to claim your power, your leadership, and your inner royalty that you do possess inside you. And that is going to help, I think, the world be a better place. Okay? And yes, am I guilty with that? That I want a better place? Absolutely. Do I want to share that this stuff works? 100%. That is my goal. I have not monetized anything yet. I don't even have enough subscribers for that or enough views yet. But I said yet, right? But I mean, and there's nothing wrong with making money on certain things. It's just, again, are you going to have integrity with it? That's the key. And so learning is going to be a big key in this as well to help for your betterment. So with that, I hope you find something great in your life to focus on. Start that gratitude journal. Start your vision boards. January is the best time. We're in a new year. We're starting a new moon on January 18th. You need more for that kind of stuff. I can send you a link with the Hippy Dippy channel or Kai Astrology for Kaylin. They're really great. They give so much information, and I love it because it's very detailed. One kind of gives it a funnier way. She's hilarious. And the other one who's really just down to brass tacks. So with that, again, happy Monday. And I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps boost the channel. Or just, I hope it does something for you. Something good anyways. All right. Bye.